The road to the smart customer management model is one followed by organizations throughout the world in search of more reliable and predictable business results, and by those organizations that seek sound management practices that can really help to improve value and customer experience and that minimize the risks involved in innovation and business change. Furthermore, it is a road followed by organizations that want to end with the frustration of trial and error management and clarify some misconceptions about the customers and leverage the relationships with them. The smart customer management model provides an improvement path to those organizations realizing that making the numbers and keeping the organization ahead of competition has become an increasingly complex task, that traditional product-centered management practices are no longer delivering the results they used to, that more time and resources than ever before must be invested to deal with customers, and to those with margins that are constantly shrinking and competition raging. So we might say that the model provides a customer-centered improvement path almost in 80% of world's for-profit and not-for-profit organizations. Like it or not, times have changed dramatically in the world of business and organizations, and very little is left today of those times where all that organizations needed to do was conveniently produce products and services and make them flow down the production and distribution chain to the customer's hands. Not long ago, organizations were the ones deciding upon what features to add to a new product and what prices to sell it and to whom. Not much more was necessary than to run a mass media advertising campaign to draw customers' attention and achieve customer satisfaction. But this era of industrial production, also known as the pre-internet era, has led the way to a much more complex new age, a new age governed by customers seeking to influence organizations' decisions and establish a continuous and more collaborative one-to-one dialogue with the organizations to satisfy their own needs and desires. So the old product-centric era has given way to a new age where the customer prevails, namely the new age of customers. The new age of customers is characterized by the birth of a new customer who dominates the business ecosystem. A customer that does not want to be treated like a number anymore and is no longer a passive and resigned being, but rather who decides what, how, and when to buy and how much to pay for a product or service. Furthermore, the new customer compels all organizations to reconsider what building a relationship really means and how organizations can add value to gain customers' trust. To cope with the challenge of the new age of customers, organizations call for organization-wide solutions that require an integrated approach. In the current marketplace, there exists a labyrinthine bunch of standards, methodologies, models, and frameworks that can help almost all organizations improve the way they do business and cope with almost any of today's challenges. However, most available improvement frameworks has long concentrated on a specific part of the organization or business and do not take a systemic approach to the customer and the customer-related problems that most organizations have to deal with. This is mainly because a lack of management commitment, an unintegrated approach to change adoption, and the fact that most standards and business improvement methodologies have historically been developed in the software or systems development field. Consequently, the smart customer management model is designed to integrate all key customer-centered practices into a single evolutionary management framework that involves management teams early in their deployment and adapts to the particular organizational baseline conditions. The smart customer management model provides an opportunity to avoid most frequent barriers to customer-centric management development and brings within reach the best practices that address the most common mistakes when working to transform the organization towards the customer. The model therefore speeds up the customer-oriented organizational transformation process, reduces risk, and makes it possible to achieve results quicker. The model addresses practices that cover the entire customer life cycle, from customer acquisition practices and building customer relationships to delivery and solutions customization. The emphasis of the model is on the work necessary to build and maintain sound customer-centered practices and develop a strong customer-centered culture. Ultimately, the smart customer management model introduces the development of a capable customer-centered organization as a process with well-understood practices that can be implemented in stages as the organization matures.